Okay, here we go. So,
Before we start, so would you like questions on Seth Boyden?
yeah, Seth Boyden, his name, like his job too, because he's gonna be like our source and all that stuff. So, your name? What's your name? Yeah, start simple. Yeah,
Alright.
with the basics.
Are you interviewing me or?
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
Oh, accent
So
because you're
we're gonna
closer.
start off here.
Your
Have to
name.
be in the video or no? Just accent.
No, it's a video. Your name.
Alright, so your name will
My
start
name
with your
is-
name.
My name is Scott Willman. I'm the manager of Mount Pleasant Cemetery.
And we're here today looking for Seth Boyden.
Seth Boyden was was an inventor here in Newark. He wasn't born in Newark. He was born in like Maine and moved down here. And he was a very big inventor. Did stuff with shoes and leather and tanning and stuff like that.
So what would be your favorite invention that you invented?
My favorite thing that he invented has to go back to when I found out about the steam engine. I thought that was pretty cool. He couldn't get the engine down from Newark to Washington D.C. for the patent, and somebody else actually got the patent for it, and he didn't mind. And then the other thing that I do like is the stuff that he did with electricity. When he found out that copper was conductive for electricity, and he helped make Morse code.
Alright.
So how long has he been running the cemetery?
Excuse me?
How long has he been working here?
I've been working here since I grew up here as a child, so I'm the third generation. I actually grew up here as a child, and I've been working here since the late 1980s.
All right. Did your parents talk to you about?
My grandfather and my father were both the managers of the cemetery. My grandfather
Okay.
from like the 1930s, 40s to 1962, and my father took over in 1962. And as I say, I've been working here since the mid 80s.
Wow. So like, what would you say about Boyden's character when it comes to the patents?
I can't hear you.
What do
It's
you
the
think,
lips. I'm trying to read his lips.
what do you think
That's
about
fine.
Boyden? His like as a person, like you think it was like he changed the way Newark is today? He got a big impact.
The way that we did what?
Did he change Newark? Like the way you see Newark today? Do you think back to Seth Boyden like he was a big impact to Newark?
That I wouldn't know because I have the stuff that he did was remarkable in that sense. In changing Newark, there were many industrialists back in the days, and I guess that he did some the influence I wouldn't know because I haven't studied that much.
All right. So like, ask him like, the patent that he never took credit for it. He was never greedy and all that.
Do you guys know the process of how he actually came up with patent leather?
No, tell us.
What he did was he actually put some varnish out on some leather shoes, and he laid it out in the sun, and that he actually baked it, and that's how he came up with the idea of patent leather.
All right, cool. So like, now ask him that like, what does he think about Boyden not taking credit and just not being greedy about the money?
So you said that he wasn't really into money.
He was back then. Most of the inventors that I've ever read about, they weren't really into money and stuff like that and keeping it, and so he wasn't. He was rich, but I mean, he wasn't money hungry as they would say now, where people are inventors now. They want millions and millions of dollars. He wasn't. Him and those guys back were more altruistic. They wanted to make things better for people and keep it as cheap as possible.
All right. It's like, tell him on things that about the tours and all that stuff, cause like he goes around and give tours.
Oh,
and
yeah, you
helps
also
people
mentioned-
somewhere people can come.
Yeah, you also mentioned you give tours. There's the tours available, so that people can come by. You can schedule hours and tours.
There's what?
You give tours to the.
We have tours. Normally, we'll do that with the Newark Historical Society. We have a big connection in the city with that. Liz Del Tufo is the president of that, and she's the president of the cemetery, and they do tours, a couple times, sometimes once or twice a year.
All right.
Last year, we actually did a thing for the past 2 years. We did a tour we did a historical dress-up tour for Halloween. And we had people dressed up as the different people that are here in the cemetery, and we did it. The kids would come in and they would give the history about the person that they were portraying.
All right. And what type of people would that be? People like who?
that come visit?
Yeah.
So what type of people that usually comes here? Like mostly.
No, like the people that they dress as.
The people who's in the funeral like dead for, they just say like example Seth Boyden, they would come just as like.
You talking about the cemetery itself and who's buried here, who comes in?
No. I'm just talking about like the people in Halloween. They dressed up as the people.
Oh, they come dressed. Yeah. Well, what we have, the people that dress up for Halloween, they'll dress up in the Gothic style here, and they played Seth Boyden and his wife, Peter Ballantyne, Thomas Edison's wife Mary Stillwell, and some of the other people that were buried here in the cemetery. And the kids will come in dress up in Halloween, or if not, and we've actually given out candy, and they go out on a tour, and the reenactors, they actually tell the history of the person.
That was good. Thank you.